Good afternoon. I'm Danielle Hologram, Senior Director of Membership and Career Development here at the Kansas Society of CPAs. I'd like to welcome you to today's Professional Issues Virtual Expert Forum. KSCPA Virtual Expert Forums are offered exclusively to members and are presentation and collaboration sessions facilitated by top experts and thought leaders on future-ready topics. Before we dive into today's session, I have just a few housekeeping items. If you would like to obtain CPE for today's session, you will need to respond to the verification prompts that will come up on your screen. The verification prompts will come up across the video approximately every 15 minutes. They will not be accompanied by any verbal prompt from the speaker, but you will hear a short audio prompt. You will simply click OK to verify that you are still watching. We want today's session to be as engaging and collaborative as possible, so please share your questions, comments, and insights with today's speaker and your fellow attendees using the chat box located directly beneath this video. If you run into any technical difficulties during today's presentation, please submit those issues in the blue You Ask, We Answer box in the lower right-hand corner. With that, it's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Anoop Mehta. He's the Vice Chair of the American Institute of CPAs. He's served in several volunteer roles, including the AICPA Board of Directors, the AICPA Business and Industry Executive Committee, the AICPA Political Action Committee, and AICPA Council. Currently, he's the Chief Strategist for Analytical Mechanical Associates, Inc. They work with government and commercial organizations solving the toughest engineering, science, and business problems. He provides expertise in key areas of business development, strategic planning, and operational improvements. In June of 2021, he stepped down as the president of Science, Systems, and Applications, Inc. In that role, Anoop led the executive management team and oversaw the overall performance of the company. He had the day-to-day responsibility for managing, planning, and implementing strategic goals of the organization. He actively supported NASA and NOAA programs in an executive management capacity. He joined the Science Systems and Applications, Inc. in 1980 and helped the company grow from a two-person company to more than 1,000. Anoop was the chair of the Maryland Association of Certified Public Accountants from 2012 to 2013, and he serves on the Government Contractors Committee for MACPA and has chaired the committee for 2 years from 2001 to 2003. He's a former board member and past president of the Maryland Space Business Roundtable. He's also a 7th degree master black belt in Taekwondo and has been teaching martial arts and operating a karate school for the past 35 years. He's got a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting from the University of Maryland College Park. Please join me in welcoming today's speaker, Mr. Anoop Mehta.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anoop Mehta, and I am coming to you from the great state of Maryland. I'm about 30 minutes north of Washington, D.C. I must say I've never visited Kansas, so I wish I was doing this presentation in person. It is truly an honor to speak to you during this annual meeting, and really, my congratulations to the staff and members of this great organization, especially your president, Natasha Schomburger. Also want to commend your board chair, Christina Reich, and the past chair, Damon Ward, for your extraordinary efforts during these past 18 months throughout this pandemic. And congratulations to Amber Goering for being the chair-elect. I know you must have gotten my bio, but I'd like to add that I graduated from the University of Maryland and been a long-term Maryland resident. In fact, since I came to this country in 1972. You know, I said I never visited Kansas, but I have to say I have some connection to your great state. I think it was in 2002 when my Terps beat Kansas in the Final Four to reach to the championship game. All right, no, that's it. All right, that's all plug for Terps now. But a little bit about my background. I've been with my current company for about 4 months. Prior to that, I was president of SSAI. My current and the previous companies did a lot of work with NASA, NOAA in the science, engineering, and technology. And I'm really excited to say that I get to work with rocket scientists. I am a CPA and a CGMA, and I worked in private industry my entire career. I love golf. I am also a seventh degree black belt. And why I say that is that I owe a great deal to what I've done and because of martial arts. And of course, I'm just very, very fortunate and humbled to be the new vice chairman of the AICPA. I can tell you the last 2 years have changed our world and how we've operated, and really forever. For example, just a few months before the pandemic started, PwC released their first global crisis survey, and you're going to see me, talk about a lot of surveys. So forgive me, but I think it brings home the point. So in that survey, 95% of the respondents said they expected a global crisis. It was imminent. Now, when we asked what that crisis could be, I can tell you, pandemic wasn't even an option. Now, the notion of a deadly virus igniting disruption worldwide wasn't showing up on anybody's radar, underscoring the very nature of a crisis. We are living and working in a world reimagined. It's changing what we know, as well as what we think we know about the world which we operate in. And I'm really excited to say that we have adapted and we are thriving. Businesses and firms are reacting to an ever-changing, volatile environment. And they're taking steps that will enable them to adapt now and into the future. Now, how we've adapted, this includes accelerating their transformation from a digital to infusing technology, focusing on personnel, investing in our future, the changing in the way we work. Other thing, updating corporate strategies to address uncertainty. I know that we've done that in my own organization. Implementing quick responses strategies for potential disruptions, increasing overall business resilience, and operating in an iterative way of learning and relearning what works to get the best results during the most uncertain time. And you're going to keep hearing me say this, learning and relearning, because that is really, really critical. Again, another survey by PwC, almost all, which is about 92% of the respondents representing finance leaders at global organizations, they're approaching change with this process of continuous improvement. Continuing to adapt is key to survival for businesses in our current environment with an increasing uncertainties. Change is not only around us, it's happening faster than ever before. But this is also the time for enormous opportunities. There are no doubt we have challenges for the profession during this uncertain time. However, we should not look at these as roadblocks, but as an opportunity for growth, change, and demonstrate our value. And we must capitalize on this value of a trusted advisor. The association, which is really the combined strength of AICPA and CIMA, we're working to drive a dynamic accounting and finance profession that powers trust, opportunity, and prosperity for the people, businesses, and economies worldwide. The association has reached the end of a 3-year journey set out in the association's 2018 to 2020 strategic plan. And really, I was very, very fortunate to be on the board as we were going through these things. And we've completed a refresh that will take us through 2025. We've called this strategy in uncertain times because we will require greater flexibility in our plan and better prioritization than ever before. We've consolidated our focus into a single aim. As an association serving accounting and finance professional, it is to transform the global accounting and finance profession. This aim guides all the work we do at the association. And there's a chart I have at the end that shows all the other initiatives that we have. So these are this strategy, which drives all of those changes. The association is at a defining moment in our journey with our members and market, and we need to showcase the combined power of AICPA and CIMA as one global organization. As we're accelerating towards a streamlined, which is really digital-first approach to deliver global learning and conferences, now comes the opportunity to transition the majority of our branded communication and really assets, which are courses and all whatnot, to the AICPA and CIMA. This will build on a strength and rich legacy of both membership bodies. In line with the refresh association strategy, which I just talked about, we're amplifying AICPA and CIMA as our overarching brand name to demonstrate how the association is a major driving force behind transformation, transforming the global accounting and profession and delivering value to members and students. And I could tell you, we will then reinforce that value and relevance. The key is relevance to our members and students with their employers. And that's the value that we're going to continue to add. Business Learning Institute. Many of our members, students, and the accounting profession and finance community at large are still experiencing uncertainty, even as we make progress towards recovery. Here it is again: learn, unlearn, and relearn continue to be the mantra for our membership. The Business Learning Institute is enhancing our offer to corporate employers in upskilling and reskilling their employees to meet evolving marketplace demands. And we've already launched the Future Ready Learning Curriculum and the Controller Series Learning Curriculum. And we are market testing the key BLI thought leadership concept, including the Future Ready Learning Framework and the T-shaped profession. And hopefully you've seen that T-shaped professional. Our communication efforts enable us to connect to our members and students and to get our message out in the right place at the right time and in the right way. The update, hopefully you get this. The update is one of AICPA's most popular member communication. This weekly digest provides members with a convenient way to stay up to date on issues facing the profession and our efforts to respond to these issues. The update also enables us to relay other pertinent information, which is like videos, tools, resources, webcasts, podcasts, and many, many other things, as well as actually job opportunities with popular employers and more. The update has more than 300,000 subscribers and deploys each Friday. And if there's some breaking development, we do it on an ad hoc basis with a special edition. We're currently consolidating many specialty newsletters into the update to reduce the email volume and improve the member experience. Like you, I get tons of emails and sometimes we get lost in it. So hopefully what we're going to be able to do is consolidate this dynamic, consolidate this, the update so that, you will only get the things that you want to get. So this is key, and regardless of what your practice area is, you'll able to assign a specialty content and get the information that you're looking for. The integrated reporting, this is a hot topic these days. The International Integrated Reporting Council, which is the IIRC, developed the framework for the integrated report, and it represents a way for an organization to explain how it creates value over time in the context of external environment. Transparency and value creation are at the heart of the accounting profession. Our annual report is designed to offer information freely while also telling the story of how AICPA, CIMA, and the association, whoops, sorry about that. My apologies, folks. There it is. My apologies again. The mouse is pretty quick and it's moving a lot faster than I wanted to. But anyway, as I was saying, transparency and value creation really is what we do and the heart of the profession. And if you haven't checked out the AICPA, the Association Integrated Reporting, please, I urge you to do that. Go on our website and check that out. The COVID-19 pandemic really underscores the importance of integrated thinking and reporting in the context of how companies report on risks and address issues around value erosion. We are excited about the creation of the Integrated Sustainable Standards Board, which is the ISSB. This was just announced in the COP26 summit. We're excited that this will develop a comprehensive global baseline of sustainability disclosure standards for the world's financial markets. We're helping the profession respond to the pandemic through our support with resources, guidance, and advocacy work. To help our members and students chart their way, we've launched the AICPA and CIMA Coronavirus Resource Center to provide the latest news, resources, and guidance to help our members advise their clients and organizations. Throughout this pandemic, we've understood how important it is to maintain consistency in the pipeline, specifically exam progression. Future plans for CPA exams were not disrupted. CPA exam testing has resumed where government regulations and guidelines allow us. Prometric, which is the company that we use to conduct the exams, Prometric has opened most of its centers at full or partial capacity. And the COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated our efforts to modernize the CGMA exam. Online exams will become a permanent part of the CGMA going forward. As we return to normalcy, we're seeing that students express their preferences for where they want to take exams. Currently, this is approximately 50-50. 50% of the folks want to take it online, 50% in the test center. We also launched a COVID-19 hardship grant. The AICPA COVID-19 student hardship grant application closed back in August, and we received 295 completed applications. I also want to promote the AICPA Benevolent Fund. This fund provides support to members and their families. COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted and intensified the need for businesses to adapt to a rapidly changing world. And we as accountants and financial professionals are well positioned to meet organizations' evolving needs on the path to recovery and beyond. Our business recovery toolkit, Reimagine Business Resilience in the COVID-19 World, provide business leaders and resources to plan the transition to a post-COVID-19 reality and build business resilience in uncertain times. We released the latest quarterly AICPA Economic and Industry Outlook Survey. We're also on track to deliver 14 CGMA webcasts by the end of this year. We're driving progress to diversity, equity, and inclusion. By tapping into different people, cultures, and perspectives, our profession is positioned to solve even the most complex and challenging issues. And so while we focus on developing skill sets, it's also important that we foster an inclusive environment and really capitalize on the talents of every single individual. In 2020, firms and organization leaders increased their focus as well as strategies to address diversity, equity, and inclusion in their own workplaces. We're continuing to encourage firms and organizations to maintain their momentum and really remain committed to integrating DE&I. The AICPA's diversity and inclusion team works to encourage and promote DE&I within the accounting profession, believing a workplace that is reflective and inclusive of the global communities in which they serve is the most productive. In 2021, AICPA and CMA leaders have been working towards expanding DE&I efforts in all the countries that we serve, and realizing that DE&I presents differently really in each of the countries. With 2021 marking the 100th anniversary of our nation's first Black CPA, John W. Cornwell Jr., the AICPA, Diverse Organization of Firms, Inc., the Illinois CPA Society, the National Association of Black Accountants, and the National Society of Black CPAs really have come together to announce a year-long national awareness campaign that recognizes Black CPAs in the U.S. and really pushes for a greater progress to be made in achieving diversity, inclusion, and equity in our profession. The association's advocacy programs serve the public interest while ensuring that the interests of our members and the accounting profession as a whole are recognized. We've continued our enhanced advocacy efforts in response to the pandemic and to promote economic recovery while we continue to represent members' interests to the government. Here in the US, we push for reform of the US tax system that creates barrier for small businesses. We're promoting things like e-signature, continue to push the mobile workforce, especially in light of the remote work that we're in. Worldwide, we're representing member voice to policymakers, working closely with volunteer leadership and local staff. We're largely focused on support for small businesses as well as small and medium enterprises and practices. We're supporting firms in evolving their recruiting and talent models and digital transformation. One of those things is innovating the audit. While we're responding to current movement, we also have our eye to the future with our Auditing in the Future initiative. The primary goal of this initiative is to embrace new technologies, help enhance the quality of our services, and evolve those services to better meet the needs and expectations of our clients, the marketplace, and the public. To truly drive innovations, we need 4 intersecting drivers, and they need to evolve simultaneously: technology, methodology, standards, and new skills. When it comes to technology such as artificial intelligence, audit data analytics, and robotic process automation, which is RPA, can make the audit more effective, efficient, and strategic. To take full advantage of these technologies, we need to reimagine a methodology and to approach that that contemplates the digital era. We need standards that reflect a digital world. IASB and ASB consider potential standards revision to reflect and facilitate these advances. As roles evolve, competencies and training needs to evolve. Auditing in the future will require new skills in the areas of technology, data analytics, and big data, automation, blockchain, and data standards. as well as critical thinking and people skills. The dynamic audit solution is a multi-year initiative to create a new, innovative methodology and cloud-based application for auditing using technology provided by our technology partner, Caseware. It is a partnership between AICPA, CPA.com, and Caseware International. The goal of this collaborative effort is to develop a data-driven technology really that enables audit methodology that will enhance the efficiency, quality, and value of audits. You're going to hear a lot more about DAS in the near future. Another area that's growing is client accounting and advisory services, which is CAS. This is an area of focus that has been growing substantially for CPA firms over the past 5 years. And in this current operating environment, it is accelerating exponentially. The latest CPA.com and AICPA PCPS Client Advisory Service Benchmark Survey shows the move to digital has further heightened demand for CAS services. CPA.com has compiled a powerful tech stack with solutions including Jira, Sage Intacct, Bill.com, and Paycheck that enable client advisory and virtual CFO services. While we are responding what's needed now, the profession is also positioned to embrace emerging opportunities to deliver value. In the area of blockchain technology has the potential to disrupt and transform business processes for a multitude of industries. As blockchain continues to evolve, it presents challenges for entities as well as their auditors. Now, to educate members on the opportunity and risk associated with blockchain, the association developed many thought leadership and educational resources. As the digital asset ecosystem evolves, auditors continue to be presented with unique risks and challenges when performing an audit. The Digital Asset Working Group continues to update guidance on accounting for and auditing digital assets to address this risk area. Now, who hasn't heard of cybersecurity? I will tell you, cybersecurity is one of the top issues currently on minds of management and boards in just about every company in the world, whether it be a large, small, public, or private. In 2020, the average total cost of data breach was about $4.87 million, and it took 287 days to identify and contain. Managing this business issue is especially challenging because even in an organization with a highly mature cybersecurity risk management program, will still retain a residual risk that a material cybersecurity breach could occur and not be detected in a timely fashion. Organizations and their stakeholders need timely, useful information on cybersecurity risk management efforts. One way the association extending our influence is through our support of innovative companies. The association and CPA.com Startup Accelerator finds and invests in and helps early stage startup companies grow throughout the accounting ecosystem so they can help transform the profession. The primary objective of the Startup Accelerator is strategic, to learn about and influence emerging technologies for the future of our profession. The program is open to pre-Series A startup worldwide. Successful applicants get a deep dive into the accounting profession and access to business intelligence from senior leaders of both the association and CPA.com, as well as programs advisory board members who have diverse backgrounds and complementary skills in entrepreneurship, startup tech companies, accounting, and finance. In addition, companies receive $25,000 in seed funding. And this is how we're getting ready to be technology. ESG, I tell you, this is another area that is growing. To increase stakeholder confidence in the reliability of their sustainability or environmental, social, and governance, which is what ESG is, organizations are engaging CPAs to provide assurance on their sustainability information. Now, research has indicated that among other benefits, assured sustainability information results in a lower cost of capital and further indicates that a CPA firm that provides these types of assurance services add more benefits to this. Further, a company's financial statement auditors gain the knowledge of the company and understanding of its business cycles and processes, as well as assesses the ESG risks that are material to the underlying financial statements. This provides tremendous opportunities for firms to engage in assurance and related advisory services. Now, with the heightened attention on ESG and sustainability matters during and after the pandemic, now is the time to explore adding this to your service offerings. In October 2021, the association was one of 13 global accounting organizations who committed to reach net zero emissions as soon as possible and will publish plans to do so within the next 12 months and report annually to show progress. Even if you're in the management accounting space, ESG is critical. We shared our plans to deliver education and resources that assist accountants with reporting on the assurance of environmental, social, and governance information. These efforts reflect and further really advance management accountants, which is the CGMA, decades of work in helping organizations understand the value of ESG information to their businesses and report on and communicate their commitment to the priorities, values, and concerns of their growing and increasingly diversified stakeholders. The Sustainability and Business series of briefs explored the topics of sustainability, business, and finance professionals' key role in that. These briefs will help organizations consider the sustainability issues, how to integrate them into their long-term decision-making, and how to incorporate these issues into internal and external reporting. Finance professionals play a crucial role in helping organizations address and improve their impact on the planet. They do this by providing valuable accounting and management information, which includes financial and non-financial measures and actionable business insights. Organizations can then confidently take strategic decisions and implement solutions based on relevant data and information. We are committed to upskilling and advancing talent in the profession to close the skill gap and aid employability by credentials, certificate, and badges. The skills accountants and finance professionals will need in the future is broadening beyond technical and analytical skills. Recruiters are increasingly looking at soft skills and technological skills when thinking about how to grow their practice in organizations for the future. We asked about 3,300 accounting and financial professionals, and they said they see technology, strategic thinking, and communications being the key skill sets they will need in the next 5 to 10 years. To have the right skills for a rapidly changing world, the professional will need to embrace lifelong learning. And here it is again, a cycle of learn, unlearn, and relearn. As we identify future skills, we will have to rethink and retool how we deliver this learning and skilling. The way people learn continues to change, so we have to continue to evolve our learning products with a stronger focus on the outcome that transfers to the marketplace, really real-world practical scenarios, and make it interactive and engaging to reinforce key concepts. Our reimagined learning portfolio offers highly relevant content, launched faster to market, and right-sized to offer more flexible delivery options. We've created the CGMA Digital Mindset Pack to provide members and students with the baseline knowledge of the impact of new technology, focusing on RPA, which is the robotic process automation, blockchain, and data analytics. We updated this back in 2020, and the new CGMA Digital Mindset is free to global CIMA members and students, as well as US CGMA holders. Our strategy to advance our profession increased with the unbundling of the CGMA FLP, which is the Financial Leadership Program, which is on track with courses rolled out back in September of 2021. Market analysis shows customers' need for competency development using smaller segments without making a commitment to undertake the entire CGMA professional qualification. The CGMA Unpacked is a way to reach this market, opening up way for individuals to access targeted competencies within the CGMA profession qualifications. When all CGMA Unpacked courses are released in 2021, within the next couple of months, there will be a total of 81 available courses available on the AICPA and CGMA stores. Strategies and tactics are in place to convert candidates into the CGMA Unpacked pipeline to the CGMA professional qualification to earn the designation. So if they want to get the designation CGMA, they can still do that, even though it's going to be unpacked. In 2016, we began offering certificates, which is issued digitally through way of digital badging. This was an outcome of the AICPA's Future of Learning initiative. Since 2016, we've issued around 24,000 certificates and badges to recognize one's skills, accomplishments, and commitment to competency. So what is the importance of these digital badges? It increases visibility. The digital badge is verifiable. It is portable, and I believe valued to employers. Badges should represent hard skills and learning outcomes employers really care about. The AICPA and CIMA Global Career Hub is where companies and recruiters access a talent pool of highly skilled accounting and finance professionals of CGMAs, ACMAs, FCMAs, and CPAs. The hub hosts the first global job board dedicated to management and public accounting professionals. The Career Hub has products and services designed to support employability and career progression of members, our students, and engaged professionals around the world. This includes content around professional development and soft skills, which is complemented with the global annual career webinar program, which focuses on topics like CV resume writing, live CV resume critiquing, virtual interview techniques, improving your LinkedIn profile, personal branding, and operating in a gig economy. From January 2021 to September 2021, we had over 113,000 job applicants go on this job board, which is an increase of 117% over the same period last year. We are evolving what it means to be a public accountant by updating the body of knowledge and licensure model, protecting the CPA license, and through expanding the use of technology. People at all stages of their career are adapting to a rapidly changing world. Technological innovation, new clients, and business demands, and changes to our core services and what is required of CPAs. The CPA Evolution Project is a joint effort of the AICPA and National Association of State Board of Accountants, which is NASPA. This is to design and implement a new approach to CPA licensure. Our goal is to transform the CPA licensure model to recognize the rapidly changing skills and competencies the practice of accounting requires today and will require in the future. The CPA evolution is a profession-wide effort. Along with NASPA and AICPA, we have state societies, state board of accountancy, accounting educators, firms of all sizes, and CPAs in all areas of practice from across the country. They are vital partners in preparing the profession for the future. Based on the feedback received from over 3,000 stakeholders, including NASPA, AICPA, we've together developed this new model for CPA licensure. The AICPA Governing Council and NASPA's Board of Directors have both voted to support advancing the CPA evolution. We are now moving forward with implementing the core plus discipline licensure model. Our goal is to launch a new uniform CPA exam in January 2024. Now, the current CPA candidates will still be able to sit for the current CPA exam until the launch of the new exam. The new core plus discipline model for obtaining the CPA license starts with a strong core in accounting, auditing, tax, and technology that really all candidates will be required to complete. Each candidate then will also choose a discipline in which to demonstrate deeper skill and knowledge. The disciplines reflect three pillars of our CPA profession: business analysis and reporting, information systems and controls, and tax compliance and planning. Now, regardless of chosen discipline, this model leads to a full CPA licensure with rights and privileges consistent with any other CPA. A discipline selected for testing will not mean that the CPA is limited to that practice area. Now, we can't do this evolution without academia. To help accounting faculty navigate these changes, the AICPA has launched an academic resource hub which is called This Way to CPA, with more than 300 free resources for faculty integrate this into their coursework. In an era of unprecedented changes, we're helping to ensure that the CPA profession remains trusted, resilient, and thriving. You know, the COVID-19, it continues to impact 2021 exam really globally. Now, we've seen a slight increase in domestic volume in the forecast for 2021, and we're hoping that will surpass the 2020 volume. International candidates volume continues to grow and are forecast to be 19,950 sections in 2021, where it was only 12,900 sections that were delivered in 2020. So that's a little bit of a good news there. The AICPA continue to work with NASPA and Prometric in the use of Prometric ProProctor remote testing software. At this time, we really haven't set a date for the pilot. On April 8th, we expanded testing to include Israel and Saudi Arabia, and we'll expand testing in Canada through 2021. I can tell you one thing, testing in India remains strong and it's growing. AICPA's continual commitment to audit quality. The Enhanced Audit Quality Initiative is a complete or maybe holistic solution for improving audit quality in an increasingly complex business environment. We use data-driven approach to identify trends in audit quality and address those trends through targeted actions, including developing resources and tools for auditors. Of course, the COVID-19 has massively impacted how audits are performed. Through our EAQ, the AICPA is developing resources and guidance to help auditors navigate challenges such as auditing remotely, heightened fraud risk, and single audit implications. The .CPA global domain is another important way we are building on and protecting the reputation of the profession while evolving with digital environment we're all immersed in. Cybercrime, I've talked a little bit about cybersecurity briefly before. Cybercrime crime frequently involves the exploitation of top-level domains, and there's a growing mistrust of online information. The internet is also highly competitive. Top firms are vying for attention of customers in a crowded digital space. The .CPA top-level domain is a trusted and verified web domain that offers a new level of security and branding benefits exclusive to licensed CPA firms and CPAs. I want to talk a little bit more about the CGMA designation. We're growing CGMA qualification reach and supporting its global relevance by evolving to meet market needs and by creating flexibility. The pandemic continues to disrupt lives across the world. Although exams in many markets are returning to near normality, there's still ongoing disruption in others. We continue to offer students the flexibility of taking exams at either the test centers or as online remote exams. Now, when I say the test, it's the CGM exam. Early feedback from the new practical experience requirement, that pilot shows the new process is simple to understand and easy to complete. The project team is now finishing and finalizing this feedback so we can propose a rollout of a new process. This will be taken to the Lifelong Learning Committee and Membership Committee for approval. The CGMA competency framework is designed to help management accountants, finance professionals, and their employers understand the knowledge requirements and assess the skills needed for both current and desired roles. The framework is underpinned by the need for objectivity, integrity, and ethical behavior, and includes a continuous commitment to acquire new skills and knowledge. The 2019 edition has updated 3 of its existing 4 knowledge areas: technical skills, business skills, and people skills. The leadership skills, that area has remained unchanged, and there has been the addition of a new knowledge area, which is called digital skills. As well as being a standalone knowledge area, digital skills also permeates throughout the entire other knowledge areas. We continue to elevate awareness of the business and career advantage of the CGMA designation to the CFOs and finance professionals by promoting the CGMA brand through earned media placements, global programs, and key events around the world. What we've experienced in the last 18 months has led to a digital-first mindset and an increased demand for online learning. The CGMA Financial Leadership Program, our new pathway to the CGMA, allows a student to complete their qualifications 100% online with no need to go to a learning center or test center. It also introduced key improvements to our learners, such as the use of business simulation to help master concepts and continuous testing, which replaces most of the high-stake exam experiences. In 2020, we launched FLP in all CIMA markets by working with businesses and universities to recruit their staff and students to the pathway. In 2021, we also launched direct-to-consumer sales. Future finance professionals can sign up for the FLP on our websites directly. We're also developing our plans to launch in the UK, which will include working with our tuition providers and partners who remain key to our business model. China is leading marketplace where there is a high demand and growth potential for the CGMA designation and best-in-class learning material. In 2020, phase one of our China growth strategy was completed successfully. The digital management accounting, which is a DMA, that product was developed and its first pilot exam was held in December with really, really good pass rate. In 2021, phase two of the China growth strategy has been implemented. We're in contract negotiations with high-profile government body to support the DMA product. We work closely with local government agencies and gain government recognition in 5 cities in China in 2020 and in 2021. We raise global awareness of the CGMA among academics as influencers by offering select resources to more than 1,500 academics worldwide. For few select academics, we're providing even a broader set of resources. Our focus in 2021, including updating CIMA syllabus material and expanding the CGMA Academic Champion Program. The CGMA Academic Champion Program provides a rich array of customized resources to 80 select universities, academics around the world. We meet with them regularly to discuss areas of interest to them. I tell you, we had great discussions around the future of universities and about the future of universities and the accounting program. The next global forum is scheduled to be held in February 2022 around the topic of mental health. Now, as part of our go-to-market refresh for CGMA in the US, we've increased our focus on university partnership and helping progress students throughout the finance leadership program. In fact, I was part of the presentation at my own alma mater, the University of Maryland. So what we talked about is just a few areas and few initiatives we're working on today, but there are so many others in progress as we continue to support members and advance the profession forward around the world. And these are some of the other initiatives that we're working at the association level. So with that, at the association, we represent AICPA and CIMA. Together, we advance the global accounting and finance profession. We forge ahead in battle for talent. We build trust with our knowledge and experience. We broaden prosperity for a more inclusive, sustainable, and resilient future. We drive value for the profession and the client and business that they serve. The road ahead is long, but we are strong. Together, we take the next step. Together, we will continue to adapt and thrive. Thank you for allowing me to share with you what is going on in our profession and at the association level. These are exciting times for us, and we continue to be resilient and adapt and thriving as a profession. With that, I'd love to open up questions.
We'll give it a minute here and see if folks have any questions for Anoop. Please put those in the chat directly below the video, and we will get those shared. So we'll give it a second here.
All righty.
While we're waiting here, I know one thing that we keep seeing coming up is just kind of the rate of change and that acceleration that's occurring, especially with technology. I know you hit a little bit on the remote auditing and the future of the audit, as well as, you know, the advisory services growing with big data and some of those areas. It looks like a lot on the association plate there, focusing on technology and those initiatives.
Exactly. And I will tell you, you know, I came on the board in 2018 and, you know, I will tell you all the board meetings and even the council meetings, you know, this is a hot topic that gets discussed, and it is changing. And I am so excited that the profession is changing and rapidly to deal with the changes. And I talked a little bit about DAS, this dynamic audit solution. We did a beta launch, I think, last September, and which is a minimal viable product. And we're hoping to, I don't think we have a timeline yet to release but sometime next year, we'll release that beta version to companies. And I think that will enhance the efficiency in the audits.
Fantastic. Well, I don't see any questions right here. If you have any questions for Anoop following the presentation, please send those my way and I will share those with him. We will get a PDF of his slides sent out to you. And with that, thank you so much for speaking today, Anoop. It's so great to kind of get that association level and bring it back here to the state level as well. So we really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for allowing me to be part of this as well. And please feel free to give out my contact information to whoever wants it. I'm happy to chat with them, and they can call me or email me anytime.
Oh, and you guys
sounds great. Thank you so much.
One more question pop in on a different
perfect
spot. Sorry to jump on with y'all. Where would we find resources to learn more about blockchain and virtual currency?
Well, I mean, if you go on the AICPA website and just there's a search function, there should be some information that's popping up. But if you don't find it, they can email me directly, and I'll get them the right resources, right, links, and so that will help them hopefully. Hopefully, I answered that question.
Yeah, we do. I do see a lot of AICPA resources focusing on the taxation stuff. So we'll get some links sent out with the PDF materials if that works for everyone.
Yes, great.
All right. If we have no further questions, I think that's it. Thanks again, Anoop. Everyone have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.